variety of fruits available in the market nowadays, I thought let's just make a fresh fruit cake. And to decorate this cake, I'm gonna make buttercream frosting. So let's see how it's made. To make the base of the cake, I'm gonna make an eggless vanilla sponge cake, and the ingredients are listed out in the description box. So first we are gonna take about half a cup of oil in a bowl. Then we are gonna add 1/4 cup of condensed milk and mix them all together with the help of a balloon whisk till this mixture turns homogeneous. That means that the oil and the milk mixes together really well. Now we are gonna add half a cup of milk and mix again. This way we are combining all the wet ingredients that are used in the cake first. And now it's time to add the dry ingredients. So place a sieve over the bowl, add 1 cup of refined flour, half a cup of powdered sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now we are going to sift all of this together. This is important so that there are no lumps left. We are going to discard the granulated sugar that remains at the end. And now we need to mix this cake batter in a cut and fold method. Once the batter is well combined, you might see that there are some lumps in the batter, and to remove these lumps we are going to use a balloon whisk and then whisk this batter till it becomes fluffy and all the lumps are dissolved. At the end you should get a smooth batter like this. Now it's time to add about 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Once everything is combined, keep the cake batter aside, and now we'll move on to preparing our baking tin. To prepare the baking tin, we are going to line this with a butter paper, and for that we need to cut the paper as per the size of the tin. Now it's time to grease the tin with some butter or oil. Grease it at the bottom as well as on the sides. Once done, line the tin with the butter paper that we cut previously. Press the sides and then grease it again with some oil and butter. After that, we are going to pour the cake batter into this tin. Watching this is really satisfying. Now we are going to tap this tin a little bit so that all the air bubbles gets released, and now we are going to bake this for 30 to 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. You can bake this cake in a microwave or an OTG oven or even inside a pressure cooker or a kadhai. Take the cake out, and to check if it's cooked from inside, insert a toothpick at the center. If it comes out clean, then your cake is cooked well. Run a knife through the sides of the cake tin to release the cake. Flip the tin over and take the cake out of the tin. Remove the butter paper carefully and then let this cake cool at room temperature. Your eggless vanilla sponge cake is ready. You can see how soft this is. Now that our cake is ready, we'll move on to make the frosting. The ingredients are again listed out in the description box. So first we are going to take about 100 grams of butter in a bowl. The butter has been kept at room temperature and should be soft. Then we are going to sift and add about half a cup of powdered sugar. Discard the remaining granules. And now we are going to beat this with the balloon whisk till it becomes fluffy and the color changes to slightly white. This will require a lot of patience and time. But remember that butter should always be at room temperature. You should never make a frosting with cold butter. So now we are going to add about 2 tablespoons of milk. You can also go ahead and add any essence of your choice at this stage. And then again whisk it together. You can see that the color has slightly changed and the mixture has almost doubled up. Whisk this mixture till you get soft peaks like this. And now we are going to keep this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we are again going to whisk it. Now that the butter has become slightly firm, it would be easier to whisk this up. And now you should get stiff peaks like this. And your buttercream frosting is ready. You can keep this in the fridge till you decorate your cake. To decorate your cake, you would need some sugar syrup, buttercream frosting and some chopped fresh fruits. The fruits that I have chosen are majorly seasonal and easily available in the markets. Now first you have to find the center of your cake and then cut it into half. Ideally, you should use a turntable to cut your cakes and decorate them. But if you don't have a turntable, you can put a steel plate by placing it on top of a reversed glass and then do some jugaad. You should always use a serrated knife, the ones with zigzag, while cutting breads or cakes, as they give a much smoother edge. Now that you have cut the cakes in half, you can see how well this has baked. Now it's time to soak the cake with some sugar syrup. The sugar syrup has been made with the ratio of 2:1. Soak the cake with sugar syrup by using a squeezy bottle or by just applying with a spoon. You don't have to wet the sponge, but just soak it. This way, the shelf life of your cake increases, and when you keep it in the refrigerator for chilling, it won't get hard. Now once this is done, we are going to take one half of the cake and put some frosting on top of it and then spread it all over. You can use an offset spatula, but if you don't have it, a spoon can work well. Spread the frosting on the cake evenly. Now we're going to put a layer of chopped fruits on top of it. Spread the fruits evenly. Once the fruits are arranged, apply another layer of frosting on top of it. And now we are going to place the other half of the cake on top. Press lightly. Now it's time to ice the cake. So we are going to take about 2 scoops of frosting on top of the cake and then spread it all over evenly with a scraper, an offset spatula, or you can also use a plain knife. I have a scraper with me, so I'm using that. Just keep on turning the cake and spread this all over. The first layer of icing that we are doing is known as crumb coating. This way all the gaps of the cake would be filled and any loose crumb, if there, would get set on the cake. Fill the middle gap on the sides of the cake with the frosting. Once your cake is crumb coated, keep it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes for the frosting to set. After that, we are going to apply the second layer of icing. So again, take a large scoop of frosting on top of it and then spread all over evenly. This time, this frosting layer should be thicker than the first layer. Ice the cake starting from the top and then go down the way to the sides. Keep on scraping off the excess frosting from the scraper or the knife that you are using to get a smooth finish. This will take some time, and once your cake is frosted nicely, you can go ahead and decorate it further as per your choice. So it took me about 2 coats of icing on the sides, and now I'm going to use a comb scraper to make some linear patterns on the sides of the cake. If you don't have a comb scraper, you can also use a white tooth hair comb. Similarly, I'm gonna make some fringes on the top as well. This is completely optional. You can decorate your cake as you want. After this, transfer your cake over a plate or a cake board, and then to give a smooth finish at the bottom, I'm gonna pipe some frosting at the bottom edge. One major tip over here is that whenever you're frosting your cake, try and do it in a cold room. If the room temperature is high, especially during the summer and humid season, then your frosting will melt because of the butter in it and you won't get nice edges. You can see some of my piped buttercream has already lost its shape. That is only because I have been doing this in a room that was relatively hot. Now similarly, I am also gonna pipe the top edge of the cake. Once this is done, we are gonna place some chopped fruits at the center. You can also place them on the sides, and if you don't want to use chopped fruits, you can also take some fruit slices, press them a bit so that they don't fall. Now we're gonna add some slices of kiwi along with some wedges of peach, and your fresh fruits summery cake is ready. Time to cut into it. So I'm gonna cut a huge slice, and here is how the cake looks from inside. Doesn't it look beautiful? So if you enjoyed watching this video, do try making this at your home, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting recipes.